Unit 12, 3 days to see. 3 days to see. Sometimes I have thought that it would be an excellent rule to live each day as if we die, as if we die tomorrow, tomorrow. Such an attitude would emphasize emphasize sharply the values of life, values we should live each day, we should live each day with gentleness, vigor, and a keenness of appreciation, which is often often lost when time stretches before us in the constant panorama of more days and months and years to come. There are those there are those, of course, who would adopt the Epicurean motto of eat, drink, and be merry. But most people would be chastened, chastened by the certainty of impending death. In stories, the doomed hero is usually saved at the last minute by some stroke stroke of fortune, but always his sense of values is changed. He becomes more appreciative appreciative of the meaning of life and its permanent spiritual values. Permanent spiritual values. It it has often been noted it has often been noted that those who live or have lived in the shadow of of death bring a mellow sweetness to everything they do. Perhaps I can best illustrate by imagining what most like to see I should most like to see were given the use of my eyes, say for just 3 days. On the first day, I should want I should want most to see the people whose gentleness, gentleness and companionship have made my life worth living. The next day, the second day of my sight, the next day, the second day of my sight, I should arise with the dawn, dawn, and see the thrilling miracle, and see the thrilling miracle by which night is transformed into day. I should behold with I should behold with आप एव कह लें आप कह लें एव magnificent magnificent panorama of life with which the sun awakens the sleeping earth. This day I should devote to hasty glimpse of the world, past and present. I should want to see the pageant, pageant, pageant of man's progress, the kaleidoscopic, kaleidoscopic, kaleidoscopic of the ages. How can so much be compressed into one day through the museums? Museums, of course. The following morning, I should greet the dawn, anxious to discover new delights, for I am sure that for those who have eyes which really see, the dawn of each day must be perfectly new revelation, new revelation of beauty. This according to the terms, this according to the terms of my miracle is to be my third and last day of sight. I shall have no time to waste. I shall have no time to waste in regret, regret, for longing. There is so much to see. There is so much to see. The first day I devoted to my friends, animate and inanimate, animate and inanimate. The second revealed to me the history of man and nature, the history of man and nature. Today I shall spend in the a day, in the work a day, world of the present, world of the present, amid, amid the haunts, amid the haunts of men going about the business of life. And where can one find so many activities and conditions of men as in New York, as in New York. So the city becomes, so the city becomes my destination. Now and then, now and then, I have tested my seeing, I have tested my seeing friends to discover what they see, to discover what they see. Recently, I was visited by a very good friend. I was visited by a very good friend who had just who had just returned returned from a long walk in the woods. I asked her what she had observed, what she had observed, observed. Nothing in particular, nothing in particular, she replied. she replied. I might have been incredulous, incredulous, had I not been accustomed, accustomed to, accustomed to such responses, responses. For long ago, I became convinced, convinced that the seeing see little, that the seeing see little. How was it possible? How was it possible? I asked myself. I asked myself to walk for an hour, to walk for an hour. और नहीं पढ़ना इसको और पढ़ना है एज साइलेंट इन द woods and see nothing worthy and see nothing worthy of note I who cannot see find hundreds of things to interest me through mere touch. Through mere touch, I feel the delicate symmetry of a leaf. Symmetry of a leaf. I pass my hands. I pass my hands lovingly, lovingly on the smooth skin of a silver birch, or the rough shaggy bark, bark of a pine. In spring, I touch the branches of trees. I touch the branches of trees, hopefully, hopefully, in search of a bud, in search of a bud. The first sign of awakening. Nature after her winter's sleep, winter's sleep. I feel the delightful, I feel the delightful velvety texture, velvety texture, velvety texture of a flower and discover its remarkable convolutions and something of the miracle of nature is revealed to me, revealed occasionally, occasionally. If I am fortunate, I place my hand gently on a small tree, gently on a small tree, and feel the happy quiver, quiver, quiver of a bird in full song. I am delighted to have the cool waters of a brook rush through my open fingers, through my open fingers to me a lush carpet of pine, needless or spongy. Grass is more welcome than the most luxurious, luxurious Persian rug. Persian rug. To me, the pageant of seasons is a thrilling and unending drama, the action of which streams, streams through my fingers tips. If I were the president of a university, I would set up a course called How to Use Your Eyes. How to Use Your Eyes. The professor would try to show his pupils how they could add joy to their lives by really seeing what passes unnoticed before them. He would try to awaken their dormant and sluggish faculties.